We got to get to a guy who's on the phone. He's on a journey, an escapade of some sort, a pilgrimage, if you will, with a couple other characters who we love on this show. Gary Busey, you're somewhere near Virginia. Are you on the line, sir?
That is correct. Am I speaking with Randy or Jason? Because I'm on different messages for either one of you.
That was Jason.
There's some information that's privileged for Randy that Jason is cleared for, has clearance for, and I need to know at all times which one I'm speaking to.
that was Jason bringing you on the line. Why are you in Virginia, sir?
Well, what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you know this, but it's the sesquicentennial of the Civil War. So what I'm doing as a facilitator of battlement reenactments and a private citizen first class duly appointed by the magistrates under the authority of the Magna Carta and the Confederate Constitution, what I'm doing is touring battle sites from Fredericksburg to Chancellorsville, all over Northern Virginia here, just making sure that we are ready for the do-over that's going to happen with the Civil War next year.
Wait a second, a do-over. I was going to ask you about the Bowl Championship Series, and now you've got me talking about a do-over. A re-Civil War. What are your thoughts on the Bowl Championship Series in college football?
Well, I think the bowl champions. I think bowl courageously stands for Busey over Wall. Leggings.
Wall leggings. Well,
it's a pole vaulting metaphor.
It is.
And that's how I choose to remember my stadiums. I was an accomplished pole vaulter.
You were.
So at times it was only a tooth or a toenail that would put me over.
Sure.
But as of now, what I'm doing is inspecting some battle sites just to make sure that these reenactors are good to go when the reenactments turn into a real live fire test of a Civil War scenario.
Absolutely. Well, Busey, we've got an interesting situation because we know you are someone who transcends all space and time. We actually not only have Gary Busey on the line, we actually also have Gary Busey in the studio. Busey,
that is absolutely true. I am here as well.
So
I'm also in the studio.
So can you ask?
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Gary, I'm doing fine right here.
That is wonderful to know.
I appreciate the omnipotent nature of the omnipresent nature of our facilities here. I think Busey stands for busting under secret enemy yards.
That is true.
Whether that is a backyard or a yardstick, I think that's what we're doing, no matter what our location geophysically may be.
And as in the fact that I am the backwards Busey, holding it down on the other coast, I would say Busey stands for, in reverse, Yugoslavians exiled surreptitiously under bravery.
Amen. God bless the United States of Gary Busey right there.
That's amazing. I like that exchange, but I know you also have people with you in on your journey. And can I ask if he's there, if you could pass the phone to him? Is Tim Gunn?
I do. We haven't bundled in the back of the van here because we don't want any federal agents knowing he's here, but I do have Tim Gunn with me at the moment. Hi, is it this Sklar?
Yes.
They want to know if they can speak to you right now. Do you want? I'm assuming you want to speak.
We'd like to speak to Tim Gunn. Tim.
Oh, sure. Hi. Hello. Hi. Am I speaking to Randy or Jason?
What am I doing with him?
No. Gary, you're not talking. No, Tim, you came on the show recently and you were on fire. You blew people's minds about your knowledge of MMA fighting. Busey's touring Civil War sites. Are you going to MMA matches along the way?
Well, what I'm doing maybe is I can't speak, I'm not authorized to speak about the full details of the operation, but I am teaching a few moves here and there to some Civil War reenactors just to spice things up and see what would happen.
Really? Are you're teaching them how to choke other people out, or are you, what?
What we're wondering is how would the war have turned out differently if Robert E. Lee was put in a reverse pinecone chokehold by George B. McClellan? Would it have ended the war any earlier?
That's so cool that you're doing it. And we've got someone in studio right now who actually would like to speak to you and ask you a question about his own life, someone who's trying to get his life on track and quote-unquote make it work. Bruce Jenner is here.
Hi, Tim. It's Bruce Jenner. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just making it hurt. How are you, sweetie?
You are such an inspiration. You know, we watch you every week, and you're an inspiration to men everywhere. I get such a warm feeling when I see you, and in talking to you now, I feel like crying. I absolutely do. You're wonderful. But real
all right. How are you? I know you feel like crying. Do you feel like tapping out?
You know, I do feel like, I mean, I don't like to admit it in front of a room full of guys.
Okay,
you know,
if you tap, go ahead and tap out.
Right.
Say out loud that Tim Gunn is your daddy, and then I'll lay off all the hard stuff.
All right, here goes. Tim Gunn is my daddy.
Tap
there
out.
you go. Okay, you know what? We're taking you off the list. I like a good submission when I get one.
Hey, you've earned a lot of them. Hey, we've agreed.
I want to know real quick, could I ask, if Tim Gunn would like to marry Kim in 2012, if he would be interested in an orchestrated marriage.
Well, I think, of course. I mean, as long as it's orchestrated tastefully.
Okay.
I want bunting. I need bunting and brass. That's all I need.
That's all a man needs.
And of course, I'll need a wonderful wedding bouquet and a gown with a wonderful trail on it.
For you, not for Kim, but for you.
And let me tell you, we're not going to be throwing away the garter or anything like that. What we're going to be doing is going to the mat. We're going to have at my wedding, sweetheart. What we're going to have is a fight, an old-fashioned, bare-knuckled, no-holds-barred fight to the finish.
That sounds exciting.
For the cake, I love it. And you know what? That's a precursor to any marriage. I love it. And I know you've got one more person in that car.
That's quite a van.
It's an unbelievable caravan down.
A bunch of people in that van.
Through the Mid-Atlantic.
Wait a second. Hold on. Am I speaking? I need to know right now. Am I speaking? Is this Jason or Randy at this point?
Gary. This is Jason. Randy. It's Randy and Jason. But our question to you is: there's someone else in the vehicle right there with you, and I believe it is.
You'll have to excuse us. We've hit our head too many times on sidewalks.
Okay, I understand. Gary's studio.
I know how they're both in two places
we are
at
responding.
once.
We are responding in kind to the two Sklar brothers with two Busey brothers right now.
It is symbiotic.
If you are identical Sklars that have split off into separate entities, and that's what Gary Busey's done. And we are going to be splitting like amoeba. Next week there will be 4 of us. The week after that there will be 8, and then what we'll hit is critical mass. So within 2 weeks we're looking at full spectrum dominance of the global sphere.
We are actually also examining the possibility of taking both of our teeth, separating them and genetically encoding them so that they can grow into full-fledged Gary Busey beings.
That's right, using the teeth to spore, essentially. It's like sporing, if you will.
What kind of information can Jason know, and what kind of information can Randy know?
That's Bruce Jenner, by the way,
Sorry,
Gary. I don't know.
This is Bruce Jenner, Gary. How are you?
No, I'm fully aware of that. I've monitored all that information. I don't think they want to speak to you. I want to know what it's about. Gary, hold on, Jesse. All right, he's demanding an audience with the Sklar brothers. Hold on a second.
Let's get Jesse. Let's get Governor.
I want to know what's really happening. Is this? Am I on a secure line to Scarborough country?
Yes, you are. Secure line. I can't believe that Gary Busey got you up from your Ventura County or your little compound down in Mexico. Are you still in Mexico?
I'm officially, I don't want this out for broadcast at the moment, but I have left the facility on a sortie mission.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we're penetrating American soil with diplomatic cover as Confederate reenactors.
Okay.
That's the operation right now.
What I wouldn't kill to be in that van with you right now.
Well, let me tell you what you would have to kill. You'd have to kill a lot of people who knew where the bodies were buried.
Okay. Well, someone who has been helpful in providing that cover for you is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and he's with us right now.
I am. Yes, I am.
Jerry,
it's good to be here.
Do you want to talk about your involvement with Jesse Ventura and how you connected that up?
Yeah, well, sure. Well, Jesse and I, we have been friends for a long time. When he was up in Minnesota, and we go up, to the Vikings games when Brett Favre was quarterback. He and I would have confabs and talk about both of our mutual obsessions with the Mayan calendar and so forth. And when I went down to Mexico with Jesse, I provided him with the full force of the Mexican National Guard at his disposal.
So you had that at your disposal thanks to Jerry Jones, Jesse.
Well, I don't think it's thanks to him that I have the disposal of an army. I'm following the precedent of Emperor Maximilian I.
Okay.
And Napoleon III. I'm not the first white man to raise an army in Mexico.
No, you are not.
That may be true.
Simply because I bring an athlete, a fellow athlete, into my home to discuss the events of 2012 on the Mayan calendar. That's simply saying hello in my line of work.
That's what I like about Jesse. See, he doesn't just refer to me as an owner. He remembers that I did play for the Arkansas Razorbacks, which that was the glory years.
He is an athlete and an owner. And just like Jesse Ventura was a wrestler before he was the governor. Right. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that.
I think of myself as a wrestler to this day. In fact, stop it. Tim's over here. He's always teasing and pulling pranks. Tim Gunn's always trying to get me to go for one fall against him.
You think you could take Tim Gunn?
I said it. Tim, you have to calm down. I don't wrestle guys with boners. I have a strict policy where I don't engage in physical combat with a male counterpart who is engorged in his member.
That seems, sort of unreasonable, don't you think?
Bruce
I mean,
Jenner.
most wrestlers, that happens.
You get excited, maybe a little bit.
Well, there's incidental, of course. There's incidental engorgement, but I don't think that's central to the operation of an individual match.
That happens.
Are you telling me that simply because I have a biological reaction to a male member of the species that makes me homoerotic?
No, but I mean, look, there was the whole thing with Hulk Hogan recently that his wife, brought up the fact that he might have had a illicit relationship with Brutus Beefcake. Were you ever involved with Brutus Beefcake?
I was aware of that. In fact, I chauffeured them around from time to time.
You
back when we were touring Detroit and the upper Midwest. I'm very familiar. I think love is a many splendored fabric.
Yeah, I have a question.
It is indeed, Jesse. I see you, boys. I'm teaching him the best I can.
I hear you, Tim, but Bryant Gumbel has a question, by the way.
Hi there. Thanks for being on the show.
Right, we're already in the show. So, did you have a question for Jesse Ventura, Bryant Gumbel?
Jesse the Body Ventura, you're a wrestler.
How do you know what I'm doing, Bryant Gumbel?
Oh, I know everything. I've got my robot maid here, and she's been looking stuff up on you all week long.
He's very, very wealthy. I don't know if you know that.
I come prepared.
I'm not buying it. You know what? You remind me of every squirming worm in the Minnesota State Press. I don't believe you remind me of one of those jerks up there with a necktie.
Yeah. What's a samosa?
A samosa? It's a terrible dictator in Central America who was giving aid and comfort to the predators during the Iran-Contra scandal.
If I wanted to buy...
I have personal experience on the ground.
That's a Sandinista, I believe.
If I wanted to buy eyeglasses, where would be a good place to go?
You want to go to an eyeglasses store? I don't wear eyeglasses. They're for weak-minded people.
Really?
Tim, where do he wants to know eyeglasses? I would see Lens Crafters. Lens Crafters. That's the recommendation from
I went down to Lens Crafters, and I did not like the styles.
He did not like the styles, Tim Gunn, of the... is Tim there? Can we just put him back on for one quick second? Just a quick...
Yeah, hold on. He wants confirm on the visuals.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. Lens crafters are simple and elegant. I think they're not going to be something that you're going to flash around everywhere. But if you're engaged in any kind of quick combat, they have some flexible frames that aren't going to get smashed up too easy.
Well, there you go. There you go, Brian. Is that
so? That way,
That's a good answer.
you can look smart and you can see smart, and you don't have to make it squint.
And you don't want to make it. You don't want to make it squint, and you can kick a lot of ass, which is great. Well, guys, it sounds amazing. Sounds like a great trip. I wish we were there, but I really appreciate you calling into the show and connecting with us.
I think we have to get. We're getting. We've been detected. We've been detected here, Gary. This is Gary. I'm gonna have to cut out here for a second. We're monitored. I think we're under monitoring right now.
Get.
Tim Gunn's in ninja mode. We're moving out to stun the engines.